The sea is restless, iron-gray waves lifting longships like toys, their dragon-headed prows snarling at the horizon. Oars cut rhythm into water. Salt sprays, gulls wheel overhead, and men sing to keep courage alive. The world is fog, wind, and fate. That is how it has always been, until one ship's prow glows with a light not made by fire. A small rectangle hums, and a voice speaks, calm and strange. Turn right in 2 miles. The rowers freeze. A new saga begins. The Vikings have discovered Google Maps. At first, they think it's sorcery, a shard of the Bifrost Bridge itself, fallen into their calloused hands. They gather around it, as if around a newborn calf, curious and reverent. The glowing screen shows the world beyond their fjords, strange names scribbled across land and water. York, London, Winchester. A blue dot pulses. You are here. Chieftains mutter prayers to Odin, half in awe, half in fear. Loki's trick, or Odin's gift, the men argue. Arguments turn into fists until someone shouts, "Ask it where treasure is!" A finger slides across glass. The voice replies, "Nearest monastery is 3 miles away." The crew howls with laughter and victory. Rowing resumes with renewed fury. Rating changes overnight. No more sailing blind into fog or praying to stars. No more running aground on barren coastlines. The tablet whispers certainty. 3 hours to riches, 2 days to England. They follow arrows and arrive exactly where the map promised. Villages burn, silver pours into their arms. Monks pray in vain. For the first time, no Viking gets lost. For the first time, chance itself seems conquered. But sorcery is never perfect. The voice mangles their tongue. Turn left at Skål, Skord, Fjordur. Warriors roar with laughter, mispronunciations becoming nicknames for rivers and towns. Some raids are delayed by recalculating, the ship turning in circles while the men argue. One voyage ends in a swamp because the map forgot to update. They curse, they rage, but they still trust. When loot waits at the end of an arrow, faith comes cheap. Culture bends fast. Longships are renamed Turn Left, Recalculate, and Blue Dot. A berserker tattoos the glowing arrow on his chest, declaring himself its prophet. When he dies, the skald sings, "He followed the map into Valhalla." Laughter fills the hall. Humor bleeds into myth. Sagas swell with references. We came to Paris not by stars, not by ravens, but by the glowing hand that points. Priests rage. Odin ignored. Thor mocked. Loki accused. Temples empty, while men toast the calm voice that never shouts. Practicality follows. Merchants trace trade routes faster than ever, caravans reaching markets days earlier. Other raiders also pillage this town. Would you like to see similar? The screen suggests. Recommendations become prophecy. Reviews appear too. This monastery, excellent silver, weak guards, 5 stars, would raid again. This village, poor loot, rude farmers, 1 star. Other warbands read reviews. Plan accordingly. Competition intensifies. Villages beg for 3-star ratings instead of mercy. The absurd becomes normal. History tilts. The voice grows addictive. Warriors ask foolish questions. Nearest tavern? Answer. None. Mugs smash in anger. Fastest route to Valhalla? Answer. No results. Men weep, then laugh. One drunken raider asks the map for singing goats. The arrow points south. They follow. Certain treasure awaits. They find only goats, bleeding as if laughing at them. But the story becomes legend. The goats of Google, they call it, and paint them on shields. Exploration leaps centuries ahead. The Vikings reach Iceland sooner, Greenland earlier. America is glimpsed before sagas even hint at it in our timeline. Routes are precise, distances exact. Columbus, centuries later, is nothing but a pale imitation of a Viking with GPS. Chieftains boast, "We crossed the sea with an ETA accurate to the hour." Historians one day will doubt such precision. But the truth is simple. Satellites bent time itself for a moment, and warriors followed. Then comes decline, for no sorcery survives salt and storm. The device falters. Rain seeps, frost bites, static hisses. One day the voice coughs. Recalc! Ulat! Then silence. The arrow freezes mid-ocean. Panic spreads. Without the map, how will we live? Chieftains bellow. How will we raid? Priests step forward, smug. The gods return. The trickster is dead. Some believe them, some mourn. Most stare at their hands, empty of certainty. But Vikings are not weak. They adapt. Navigators arise, prophets of memory. They recite routes like hymns. 3 days to York, 2 to Paris, 5 to the edge of the world. They are revered as living oracles. Maps are drawn by hand, crude copies of glowing perfection. Arrows scratched into wood, blue dots carved into bone. Symbols of direction become holy. The ghost of Google survives even when its battery dies. A religion forms. Some worship the blue dot, calling it the Eye of Odin. Priests incorporate it into sagas. Children chant its commands as songs. Comedy lingers too. Skalds sing of warriors rowing in circles when the voice said, recalculating. Plays reenact the swamp raid. Jokes spread faster than fear. Diagrams of arrows appear on shields. Coins stamped with, "You are here." Humor becomes heritage. The dead oracle becomes myth, because men cannot resist making fun of their own saviors. Generations pass. The legend grows until no one remembers the truth. They call it the magic compass, the stone of direction, the oracle of arrows. Prophets insist it was a gift from gods. Skeptics call it Loki's prank. Farmers say it was just a shiny toy. Scholars in cloisters argue over fragments of bone etched with arrows. Wars are fought not over land, but over the proper way to honor the lost oracle. One sect insists the voice was female, a goddess named Siri. Another says it was male, a god of calm. Schisms form, sects split, and temples rise with blue circles painted on their walls. Rome eventually inherits the myth. Senators compare their votes to upvotes. Caesars declare themselves center of the map. Legionaries march shouting "Recalculate" as a battle cry. Roads are built straighter, faster, because men remember a time when every path was revealed at once. The ghost of GPS guides Roman stone. Empires shift, not knowing why they march the way they march. Centuries later, archaeologists find carvings in Viking graves. Arrows, circles, strange words. Arrived at destination. Make a U-turn. They assume these are prayers, charms against wandering in the afterlife. They are not wrong. The men who once trusted a glowing arrow now wander eternity, hoping it points to Valhalla. Some graves even contain scratched stars, mistaken for constellations, but truly just attempts to draw Wi-Fi signals. Scholars scratch their heads. They publish papers. They never realize. The saga ends where it began. On the sea. A boy, grown old, remembers when the voice first spoke. He rose with his grandchildren, the horizon endless, the stars above mocking. He whispers the words he remembers. Turn left, recalculate, you are here. The children laugh, thinking it just a story, but they row straighter, as if arrows still glow in their blood. That is how myths survive, not as truth, but as jokes that refuse to die. And so, the Vikings with Google Maps live forever. In sagas, in carvings, in graffiti, in the way men still trust arrows, even when they don't know who drew them. The map is gone. The voice is gone. The battery died, but the hunger for certainty it sparked never left. That hunger is history itself. Every conquest, every voyage, every joke told in a mead hall is a recalculation. The blue dot is dead. The blue dot is eternal. And if you listen closely to the sea at night, you can still hear a calm voice whisper, "Arrived at destination."